Hello? Testing? Oh no, why doesn't it find flight sim? Oh, I know why. Oh no, I should have tested this. Speaking of testing, I should have tested this. Let me see here. I know what's happening. Because I upgraded to the beta, it can't find Microsoft Flight Sim. Alright, let's see here. Switch to this. There you go. Because the version number is different. 1.35.18.0. There we go. What's up, Mike? What's up, Josh? I didn't know Kip had a beauty mark on his chin. Back when that avatar was made, it was a piercing. I don't have it now, though. I did when that was made. I've grown up. All right, there we go. This is so sad. I get off work, I open Flight Sim, and the entire country is in darkness. It just feels bad. I didn't know. Oh, sorry. Is that the plug you pulled to deflate him? Yes. I had a piercing. I had many piercings. Yeah, I had a lot more than I do now. Now I just have my ears. But yes. Yeah, I had one in that spot on my chin, the labrae. I had one in my neck. I had one in my tongue. Yes. Now I just have my ears. All the rest came out over time. How was the update process? It was very, very slow. Especially the content manager. I don't think the actual update on the world map, like the when you first start the sim, that wasn't bad. The big problem was updating the content in content manager. It was notoriously slow, as it always is, so nothing new there for those of us that have updated before. So today, let's see, what am I running that's new? So I haven't streamed since, what, last Tuesday, I think. I was so excited for the holiday weekend. I was like, oh man, 4-day weekend. I didn't have any big plans. So I was like, I'm going to stream multiple days. And yeah, I was crashing so much that I just didn't. It was really frustrating. So I ended up installing the beta. I forget if it was Saturday or Sunday I installed the beta. I've done a few flights with it and I haven't crashed yet. That's with Bing data on. So over here under options, yeah, under data, Bing, I have all of this on. I have my rolling cache turned off as I usually do. You know, everything is set to my normal settings. So that's been pretty good. What's up, Adrian? You had to go back to stable since every time you loaded with the beta, it kept resetting your assist. Oh, okay. Actually, let me check if that happened to me. I'm not sure if that has happened to me. So maybe that was a change. Oh, you're right. It did. Look at this. You're right. It looks like it reset all of mine. Great. All right. Well, let's just go true to life. Beta always performs fine. I mean, this one has been good. I don't think I've used a beta since like Sim Update 11 or something like that. So this is Sim Update 14, which is, I think, slated to come out December 7th. So it's only like 10 days from now or something like that. So that'll be cool. And Josh says if you're updating to the beta from normal, it doesn't take long, 6 minutes. I think the reason it took me so long, yeah, wasn't so much for the beta itself, but it was for installing all the context. In my troubleshooting with all of my crashes, I deleted absolutely everything. I basically went to Content Manager, hit select all and hit delete, and deleted everything in my community folder. I deleted everything except like the base sim itself. And then, yeah, it just didn't work. Delta says, watching while flying. Oh, nice. I actually think I see you guys on the world map. At least I see several of you guys on the world map. So maybe, well, I see Josh. I see Skytation. I see Chris. and I see Omar. So unless there's a different server that I get once I actually load into the sim, then I mean I can go stalk Skytation right now. He's at LAX, so if I park next to him, let's see what happens. Because I'm on the beta, I'm on USA East on the beta. Let's see what happens when I load in here if I see him. Yeah, Delta. I mean, you and me both, man. Sounds like we both had problems, you know? Yeah, it's just a pain in the butt. But, you know, it's fine. I'm down to use the beta for 10 days or so. As long as it means it's not crashing every 2 seconds and every time I scroll the world map, then I'm happy. Hey, Burstix, what's up? What did I upgrade my stick from? So, for several years, I'd been using the Thrustmaster TCA Airbus side stick. It's basically the what is it, the T16000? Is that the other model? But it has fewer buttons on it. Because I've been playing a lot of Star Citizen in my spare time, and a buddy of mine is using, he's using, what are the Gladiators? Oh my god, why am I blanking on the other, not Virpil, but, why can't I think of the name of the other manufacturer of the sticks? Oh my god, what is that? NXT Gladiators? Gladiator sticks. Not Virpil. Oh, VKB. That's it. VKB. Sorry. He has the VKB Gladiators, and so I finally, like... Because in Star Citizen, you don't... Oh yeah, VKB. Yeah, you guys are on it. There's just a delay. Anyway, he had those, and, you know... I was like, alright, well, I'm playing something besides Microsoft Flight Sim. I think I need a few more buttons for weapons and stuff. So he loves the VKBs. I was just like, I'm just going to spring and get the Virpil. I want something that's going to last me forever. I got the metal enclosure version, which was more money, and they only have one left-handed stick in their entire offering. So I got that one. It's called like the Constellation Alpha. But yeah, it's taking a lot of getting used to. I set up a bunch of buttons on it for my hat. Like there's like, how many hats are there? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. There are like 4 hats on it. Anyway, it's a lot, so it's a little intimidating. I'm sure to hit a ton of wrong buttons while I'm just flying around tonight. But yeah, I've set a lot of them up, and I'm sure to mess them up. Speaking of which, let me hit the. That's my drone button. And let me see if I can find Skytation. I mean, if he's actually here when I've loaded in, then... And I have live traffic turned on right now. If he's here when I've loaded in, then that means that I'm seeing him, unless he's on beta. Not seeing him unless he's moved. I see Josh right here, though. Josh is loaded in right next to me. So if Josh is not on beta, then we can see each other. Josh is right here. Maybe he's... I don't know if this is... You're actually in an airliner, but it shows your name right there, so... There it is. So it looks like maybe we can see each other even if I'm on beta. Oh, you are on beta. Alright. Dang. But I don't see Skytation, so... Anyway. I think worst case scenario, like this weekend, we'll have a smaller than normal group flight size. Since I'll be on the beta, just because I can't really use the sim without it right now. So yeah, the Virpil is really nice. I also got a desk mount for it, so it's like attached to my desk, kind of like, you know, kind of like your Bravo or Alpha would be. And it's really nice. I don't have to think about like putting down all this pressure down on my arm as I'm using it, so the change is it's different, but it's really nice. And yeah, just the sensitivity is great. Like I don't think I have a dead zone setting at all, so if you can even see it moving like 3 pixels as I'm pulling it very slightly. It's very, very it's just high quality. Like I can make the most minor adjustments with it. And I do have the sensitivity curve in the sim at like -50% to get those fine adjustments working, but Delta said, oh, my Samsung 990 Pro 2TB M2 arrived. Yes, I got the 990 Pro as well. I sprung for the 4TB though, just because of how much space this takes up. And the other games I have that take up a lot of space, and then recording, you know, in the foreseeable future, maybe if I want to make a video sometime again this year. But yeah, it's great. I had the Samsung 970, then the 980, and now the 990. I don't think that they're absolutely insanely different from each other speed-wise. I'm sure it's pretty minor, but feels good to have the new stuff. Took 6 minutes to update, and that's pretty nice. Yeah, so far, I mean, I didn't crash. I have everything in my community folder still, so it doesn't seem like I'm, at least yet, knock on wood, I haven't been crashing the few flights that I've done to test it out, so that has been pretty nice too. Oh, looks like the HUD got reset. All right, so first topic, let's see. As far as the beta goes, I did look through a bunch of the release notes. There are a lot of like specific notes for specific planes that are being updated with bug fixes and stuff like that. I think even like the 747 and 787 have some updates, but one of the main things I noticed that will affect, well, it won't affect everyone. It'll affect the small portion of people that still use Microsoft Flight Sim ATC. But they added this new option right here called ATC Enforce Flight Plan under the assistance options under user experience. And this is on by default. And so what that means is it's going to honor whatever flight plan you put in on the world map as far as the route, the procedures like your departure, arrival, and approach procedures. You can still leave approach procedure on automatic though, which is kind of weird. So I have it on, and anyway, over here it says if you turn it off, then it'll decide what the active runway approach will be depending on the weather conditions, which is what it does now. That's the only option right now. So the other major update to ATC, there were some phraseology updates, they said. One of the ones I noticed is it just says goodbye like all the time. It used to say good day, and now us says, or for your pilot, it'll say goodbye instead. It's kind of weird. And the other improvement they made, besides goodbye, they phraseology wise, they said that they won't say the word for, like FOR, for altitude changes anymore, or when reporting altitude changes, because it could be confused for the number 4. Yeah, good day to you, sir. Will it give proper altitudes? I don't remember a note about the altitudes themselves being more accurate, but probably one of the biggest changes is, besides this option to enforce the flight plan you put in the world map, is that it's going to give you a next climb instruction sooner than it did before. So when you were in your climb after departure, if you'd ever used the built-in ATC, as your autopilot is leveling you off at the altitude they assigned you, they give you another assignment. So then you have to go update your selected altitude and then start your climb again with, you know, FLC or vertical speed mode or whatever you're using. They changed that, so the previous rule used to give you the next climb instruction 250 feet away from your assigned altitude. And they've changed that, so instead of 250 feet away, it's 2,000 feet away from reaching that altitude. It'll give you the next climb instruction. So I'll do that again so we can see it in action, but I tested it once and it seemed to be pretty good. So yeah, that's more realistic. If you use VATSIM, that's something that you'll get more often, is they're not going to wait until you level off at the climb restriction. They're going to give you one before you get to that altitude that you're going to, in most cases. So that seems like a pretty nice change. Of course, Microsoft Flight Sim ATC is still going to, overall, it's going to suck, but at least we have those couple of things there. All right, and then let me turn off that external HUD. Chase cam off. Yeah, no, I don't think they made altitude changes, so yeah, that's happening. That's still going to be a thing running into terrain next to them. All right, so I have all the live traffic on. I don't have FSLTL installed right now, though. Somebody is floating right in front of me. Oh, it's Josh. Wait, what's going on? I guess I think I have the scenery installed, the any builds or something. LAX. I mean, live traffic seems to be working as well as it always did. Maybe a little too well when it just has way too many planes loaded in. I do not have FSLTL installed, so any liveries that I'm seeing, I don't even know if I'll see any. Any of the liveries that I would see, yeah, it looks like none of them are working. Would be from a livery pack from the marketplace. The Uniteds here, these are part of the scenery, not part of the liveries that I have. Yeah, so none of these are showing the correct carrier, even though I think I have some Airbus liveries. So it looks like I'll probably need FSLTL, even if I want the Microsoft Flight Sim live traffic to work correctly. But that's not a huge deal. All right, I'm at LAX, so I'm going to get away from LAX and fly somewhere else. How do I like the new V2? Wait, what's the V2? What's the V2, Deuce? V2, the beta? All right, I'm going to fly somewhere with without a million planes. I'm just going to fly around a little bit. I'm just going to play with the Microsoft Flight Sim Autopilot, or sorry, the ATC. We'll see how it gives us the route that we are expecting. So by default, that means whatever route you get on the world map or whatever route you import. Actually, that's something for me to test, I guess, is if you import something. Oh, the A320 V2. Because I never fly the airlines, I haven't touched it, and I probably won't. So you guys will have to tell me if it's good or not. Something I want to check is if the ATC works correctly if you program the flight plan in, or you import it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and San Marcos, Texas. Okay, San Marcos, Texas. Is there a San Marcos, Texas? The other thing I'll try out is, well, I'll just look at them briefly, is the new Navigraph sectionals. So today, I think it was today, Navigraph updated to have the FAA sectional charts. So up here where it says the map type, you can click on that, and or you could normally pick IFR, VFR, world map. You can now pick FAA sectionals. And then if you zoom in on the United States, then you will see all the sectional charts if you've ever seen these from SkyVector, from the FAA. So these are going to be more accurate and more busy than the VFR charts. These are the VFR charts that Navigraph provides. So they have things like nav aids, like VORs. You can turn on fixes as well. They have airspace shown. They have restricted areas shown, things like that. You can also turn on the sector altitudes here as well. For some reason, they only show up when you're zoomed out quite a bit. So there's like a 6.6 right there. Once you zoom in, they disappear, which isn't the most helpful thing. But anyway, as an alternative to that, if you're flying in the US, you can use the official FAA sectional charts. And these are, mattering where you're flying, are extremely busy. San Marcos. Oh, did I type San Marcos? Like the, okay, San Marcos. Marcos. Oh, right here. HYI. Hotel Yankee India. All right, cool. Let's fly from here then. And let me find, where should we fly to? Should fly maybe something that's like 100-ish miles. Let's make it daytime. something a little, you know, there's been so many betas. Oh, is this fixed now? Something that the world map used to do is show you so many more airports that were clickable. And now, so like this whole area right here, I've zoomed in at a certain distance, whatever, 4 nautical mile range or zoom level. We have nothing that's clickable. You just see white dots all over the place and nothing is clickable until you get to like a larger airport or something. A long time ago, it used to be that they would show you like a minimum number of airports that you could click on. And that just seems to be, they got rid of it at some point. They kind of made the zoom worse. Like if I'm zooming into this area, I expect to be able to click on all these airports for the most part. Like there's space will allow it. So anyway, it looks like that's still a problem. Still, like 2 years later. You have to zoom in like pretty far until it starts revealing them. Like, I think it would be nice if you could find airports of a certain size by zooming. So like right now, I would hope that mid to smaller size airports available. And then like, as you zoom in more and more, smaller and smaller airports are available. At least to click on, you know, instead of zooming in all the way. Anyway, that would be a nice little quality of life improvement, I think. How far away is this? 93 nautical miles. I think I went a little further than that. Where is Huntsville? All right, that's 131 nautical miles. So actually, I'll just bring up Simbrief and do the flight plan. Maybe that's a little too far. I want to see if we get like a departure and arrival procedure though. Or at least a departure. At least one of the two would be nice so we can see how it behaves. Jimmy says, I hope it gives us proper altitudes, not vectored into a mountain. Yeah, somebody on Discord was talking about that. Was it last night? I think I saw the message this morning, and yeah, they were like, why did it slam me into a mountain? We're like, yep. That's Microsoft Flight Sim ATC, sorry. Going on with my music here. Here we go. All right, cool. I don't know if this is too far. We'll see what Simbrief says here. Let's go over to Simbrief. And KHYI to KUTS, I guess. We'll see how that goes. And the M500, of course. What is this route? What? What? You guys seeing this? What was going on here? We're going to go for the second one here. It gives us 2 waypoints and a departure procedure. How about that? That was a crazy route. It was like all payload limited. Did I even put anything in there? A good old zigzag. Oh yeah, what was the route on the other one? Oh, what the heck? Nice. I didn't even notice this on the map. What is this? All right, we'll do this one. This has the Alexei 4 departure, it looks like. And then I'm just gonna set our passengers to auto. Let's set our passengers to, let's do 3. Auto payload. Crop dusting route. Dude, that was so, I don't think I've ever seen that happen on Simbrief before. That was new. All right, this looks a little better. It's not, you know, it's a little bit of a zigzag. All right, 21,000 for our cruise altitude. I'll go ahead and paste the route if you guys are on the beta. Or if you want to fly it, just not see each other, that's fine too. Planning, search, and rescue ops on Simbrief. Yeah, we were like, yeah, it looked like we were, looked like search for like a lost hiker or something. Or some sort of mapping run. Alright, so I'm just going to turn off our destination. We'll do it all on the ground and see how ATC reacts to it. FS 500 or the M500. All players. I'll turn on live traffic just so we can see more and hear ATC interacting with the other live traffic. Oh, it said real world route. I wonder if like one person flew that and then submitted it or however it works and it just got added. All right, it says 21,000 for our cruise altitude and block fuel is 735 pounds. All right, let's see if I remember how to fly. All right, first we check all our statuses here because I have wear and tear enabled. Got everything in the OK status. Simbrief name is invalid. Okay, I probably reset that. There we go. All right, Navigraph charts, yes. This all looks correct. Gallons, pounds, nautical miles, PSI, and Celsius. It's always funny to me that us weird Americans use all of the American stuff, all the American measurements for everything, imperial measurements, and then we use Celsius. It just makes sense. We want to be friendly to the rest of the world, but only in temperature units, nothing else. And then, okay, send Simbrief plan to the NXI is yes, and Navigraph charts are on. Let me try this again. All right, there we go. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see here. All right, that's imported. We're good. Charts are pulled in automatically. All right, reference. Let's bring up the ground charts. Just going to star a few things. Airport info. This is where we are. San Marcos. Is it pronounced San Marcos or San Marcos? I'm being corrected by a bystander in real life about the pronunciation of San Marcos. But in California, I'm used to hearing San Marcos, so that's why I said San Marcos. Hey, Jimmy. Oh, how's the dog? The dog is learning. She's, she might be barking soon. We'll see. But she's been kind of behaving herself a lot lately. She's fully recovered. She's acting like she's fully recovered from her spay. So, yeah, she's been getting better and better. You say it like Marcus here in Texas. Oh, thank you very much. Hey. Hey, do you see what this guy says? We say it like Marcus in Texas. Hey, look. Look. You see it? She's refusing to look at the chat message. And while I said the dog was well behaved, I was just shown a picture of a toilet paper pulled all around and ripped up. So she's still having fun. Anyway, besides that, she's doing great. Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, she's becoming more and more well behaved, and she's still afraid of the world. So it's what you would expect with a puppy, I guess, but nothing I've dealt with. And yeah, she can be a pain in the butt at the same time. Okay, let's go to ground ops. Let's get this cabin door open. Oh, Rommel says, I can't speak for all of Texas, just from the people I've talked to. Hey, that's good enough for me. It supports my viewpoint and how I pronounced it, so therefore it must be true, right? It's like with anything in life. If it supports how I feel, it must be true. I'm going to skip the GPU. All of the stuff is off. Let's go to load real time. It's pulled in the passengers, 3 passengers, cargo, and our expected fuel. I love that it does. I still love that it does this. All right, let's load in real time while I get this thing started. And hopefully the fuel truck will make its way to us properly. It's such a small airport. We had some problems in the previous flights with the fuel truck not really making it out at LAX and stuff like that, so. Confirmation bias in action. Yeah, I mean, as long as you know you're doing it, it's fine, right? For something that doesn't matter very much, I'm okay with it, you know? All right, that's all set up, and I'm not gonna go through the whole checklist. I'm just gonna try to remember it myself. So we got our fuel condition is at idle, and our throttle's at idle. And I think we just go up here and get the fuel pumps on manual, ignition on manual. Sorry, I should do battery first. And 3 minutes until people get here, or 2 minutes until they get here. We're going to start the engines before they get here to save time and give them all a nice blowing of the hair. All right, battery is on, fuel pumps to manual, and we just hit start, right? Probably should have turned my nav light on. All right, there's the ignition. The prop is spinning, as we can see. Let's get the nav and strobe on. Actually, I have a switch for strobe, which works in this plane. All right, and we're looking for our NGs to get up. They're already at 15.8, so I'll introduce fuel with fuel condition. Watch ITTs. Make sure it doesn't get into the red and explode. Door is ajar, that's fine. Just gonna hit OK on the alerts. All right, nice. NGs are stabilized. Let's turn the fuel pumps and ignition back to auto. Turn the generator on, alternator on, and then avionics on. And in advance, I'll just get my taxi light on. Turn this guy on. Let's get our flaps down to 20 degrees. Give it a little nose up hitch trim. Okay, fuel condition to normal. Or sorry, the cabin comfort to normal. And then get the air conditioning on low. Vent fan on. Alright, I think that's all good. As I just reached for the stick that doesn't exist in front of me to the left. Like right now my stick is like kind of directly to my left, like left of my kind of like where my elbow would sit when I'm typing, so it's not in a great position right now, but I'm gonna improve it later. I'm gonna go the standing desk route in a few weeks. We'll see how that works. Which means I won't be using rudder pedals. I don't know, we'll see. It's a sit-stand desk. We'll see how it turns out. No problem, Rommel. Yeah, thanks for the videos. They've helped you tons. Awesome, man. Glad they help. I feel like sometimes I need to refer back to my own videos to remember some things. All right, 26 seconds until they are here. I think we're already ready for takeoff. Let's check the flight plan. So we just have a couple... Wait, what happened to the departure? Oh, right, it doesn't bring in departure procedures, so I need to add it myself. So we're supposed to have the Alexi 4. So I'm going to go to procedures, departure, and there's the Alexi 4. And the runway was 08. This is all from the Simbrief flight plan. And then we had Zenzi as our transition. All right, there we go. Let's load that. All right, let's scroll out and make sure everything looks correct. Okay, so there's Zenzi over there. This does look like the flight plan in Simbrief. Just the shape of it looks correct. But let's go ahead and look up the departure procedure. All right, here come the Oh, that's a fuel truck? Oh, whoops. Oh, no, I did it again. I did it again. The fuel truck. Oh, no, let's turn it off. All right, cut off. Cut off. Oh, I did this last time. I am dumb. Oh, no. I did this last time. I called for the fuel truck and I had already started the engines. It's just so much time. Like, I really need to wait 3 minutes. All right, turn it off. Maybe I should get the GPU connected now. So, because we're draining the battery. All right, GPU connect. This is fine. Sorry, fuel truck guy. All right, do your thing. He always does this awkward, slow roll at the end here. He's really making sure to align with our right fuel tank cap perfectly. Yeah, you can use load instant, but then you don't get to see these cool animations. This is the cool part of the M500. Yeah, he's just staring at me. Oh, where's our dog at? Oh, I don't think I installed the avatars or whatever. Avatars, the got friends one. I forgot to install the dogs. We're dogless today. Oh no. I messed up. Sorry, dog fans. Alright, let's go. I like that it says Jet A on it. It's cool. Accurate. Anytime now. Alright, well, while they're doing that, let's look at the departure procedure. Alright, here's departure. Here's the Alexi 4 RNAV departure. Alright, takeoff windows. We're on runway 8, so here we have climb at heading 081. Vectors to cross hook at or above 5,000 and top altitude assigned by ATC. So we just have a series of waypoints. Alright, this is, yeah, then we go to hook. So we're just waiting. Climb at heading 081. And then we're looking for vectors from ATC. So they'll just say continue or whatever, and that's how we'll know to go direct hook. And we just have to be at or above 5,000 at hook. And then after that, there are no restrictions. Radar required. This doesn't say turbojets or anything like that, so we're good. Houston terminal area arrivals. It's not us. Aircraft not destined the Houston terminal area. Is that English? Or adjoining Victor, the Victor 306 must file a Zenzi transition. Oh, Delta had a go around in Portland. Are you on VATSIM? Good luck with the go around, sir. All right, then takeoff obstacle notes. Just standard with minimums climb 215 feet per nautical mile. I haven't done this that often, so to look at our takeoff minimums, I mean, this thing is a jet. This thing, I think we normally climb at like 1,500 feet or more. Per minute. So per nautical mile, we'd have to factor in our ground speed to figure out how many feet we're climbing per nautical mile. So if we're at, say, 120 knots, that would be 2 nautical miles per minute. So we would need to be twice that, 2 to 3 times that. So, I mean, we're going to easily be 2 to 3 times that. And yeah, well, it shows it right here, right? So 150. We would meet more than 500 feet per minute, more than 700 feet per minute. Even at 300 knot ground speed, your required climb in feet per minute is only 1,050 and 1,150. So I think we're going to be climbing, especially if we do it at 110 knots, we're going to be climbing much faster than that. So we are fine. For a second, I thought these were the passengers arriving. I like heard a sound and I was like, is that the car? Maybe they're arriving by private jet instead of by SUV like they normally are. All right, is the SUV on the way? 3 minutes until they're on their way. And I'm sure that I'm going to forget to... let me turn that down. I'm sure I'm going to forget to unhook the GPU, so we're going to be the people driving our car away from the gas station with the hose hanging out of it shortly. So I got that departure procedure starred. And then let's just go back to our destination here. And we'll just star that. And then it's expecting runway 18. So we can go and choose an approach for 18. There's an RNAV approach. Awesome. LPV. It is an LPV. Yay! We don't have to do anything. Awesome. We got an LPV approach for runway 18 in Huntsville. Cool. All right, so now that all those are starred, when I go back to this menu, we just have all of them here. All available. Who is this? Is it Josh? It's nobody. Oh, Josh is way out there. I think this is AI. Too many sim issues for VATSIM. Oh, somehow floated it past the landing zone mandatory go around. That's a rule follower right there. That's a lot of following of the rules. Very impressive. Halfway there already? You probably are. Aren't you in a citation? Yeah, I think next time it's just too fun watching the passengers come and stuff. I like it too much. So I always want to hit the load real time button. Wait, what is this? These are not the passengers. Where are the passengers at? 48 seconds. Passengers on their way. All right, well, we might as well get the food out for them in advance. Serve coffee. Serve snacks. There we go. All ready for you. Come and get your lukewarm coffee. All right, this is their car right there, I think. Are they being followed by the police? No, they're being followed by a truck. All right, here comes their SUV. I think last time when I was flying, I made a comment about like that I wish the ground vehicles had that it would randomize the vehicle, and there is an auto setting. Oh yeah, here it is right here. There's an auto setting that I didn't realize was there. Maybe it's new, but you can just set it to auto. I don't know if that means that it's based on the number of passengers or what. Like maybe if you have 1 or 2 passengers, you get a limo, and if you have 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 passengers, you have an SUV. I'm not sure. Maybe. Should we put out the red carpet? Are they celebrities? If so, no red carpet. All right, see how much luggage they have. They can see from the SUV right now the deliciousness that awaits them. They can see it. I don't like how it messes with the drone camera, though. The auto camera angles are pretty cool, but it leaves your like drone camera in that weird locked state. All right, come on aboard. Fuel truck guy is shaking his head, seeing you still waiting. Wait, he left, right? Oh, is that? Oh, I don't think that's a fuel truck. Oh no, I hit the T key. Oh no, I should just unbind the T key. I just like fat finger it all the time. All right, there's their luggage. Let's judge their they have here. How? There are 3 people. This is for 3 passengers. Pretty sure they're supposed to be flirting with the pilot right now, right? Oh, taking selfies. That's what we're waiting for. Wonderful. Luggage being loaded to airplane. Take off eventually. I know it's already been 50 minutes since the stream started and we're sitting on the ground, but this is the realism, right? Is that the excuse? All right, luggage is in. Completed. Flirting with the pilot. There we go. Heck yeah. Don't you see the ring on my finger? All right, boarding. Get them on. Get them on. Let's get rid of the red carpet while they're boarding. Kip on the ground, not kip in the air. That's a good point. All right, completed. There we go. It's done. All right, let's get this thing started now. Let's get the cabin door closed. I do love the camera angles. I just wish that when I switched to my drone camera, they weren't. So if I moved to drone right now, it's stuck there. Yeah, every time I hit drone, and now it's, every time I hit drone, it's taking me back into the cockpit. It's just a little weird. Okay, now I'm in drone and I can't move it because it's locked to this position. So I have to then hit my external view button and then that unlocks it. It's a little weird. Hopefully that gets, if that got fixed, it would be even better. I mean, it's still amazing. All right, let's get this started again. Whoops, I have the generator and the alternator on already. Uh-oh. Hope I didn't break anything doing this. We were on GPU, so I should have turned generator and alternator off. Let's look for anything scary here. All right, 15.7, reintroducing fuel. Vacuum, good. ITT's coming up. Torque's coming up a little. Okay, we got a start. 51, we're in the greens on the RPMs. All right, close that. Turn both these back to auto. Taxi lights on. Generator, alternator, and avionics are already on. Okay, I think we're good. Flaps already down, and we tested that. Let's check our stick and see if it works. Ailerons. Elevator and rudder. I'm using the twist axis right now on my rudder just for fun. This stick has a nice little, I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's like a squeeze, like an axis you can like squeeze with your hand. So I put that on my brakes to play around with that. I'm like kind of going pedalless. It's going to feel a little weird. All right, I think we're good. So let's finally contact ATC. Moment of truth. Okay, we have Austin clearance. Nice. We can request clearance for the flight plan, instrument flight plan. Austin clearance delivery. See what they give us for our altitude and see if they honor our flight plan with the departure procedure. At least as far as the waypoints go. Nope, they didn't. Runway 13 is wrong. We're on runway 8. 5,000.
Departure frequency is 119.0 squawk 7203.
So already it got the runway wrong. I did import it here, so actually, yeah, it does have runway 08 specified here as well, right there.
Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002, cleared to Kilo Uniform Tango Sierra Airport.
5,000 feet is correct as far as our departure procedure goes, though. That was our restriction, I think. Yeah, 5,000 and above by hook, so they have us going to 5,000, which is good. I mean, I don't think it's actually gonna do anything with our SID. It's generally decent on approaches, but not so much on SIDs or stars. You're using the in-sim ATC. It's gotten everything wrong so far. Yeah, I have a feeling it's just, yeah, what Chris is saying, that I don't know if it's the Simbrief issue, but I think it might be that if you don't do it through the world map, it doesn't work correctly. This has like been an issue for years where when you do the programming manually in the G1000 or you import it, in this case, it's being imported automatically by the M500, by the tech that FS Reborn put in this thing, where it's pulling this in mostly for us. But even then, I put in the departure procedure manually. So, yeah, I'm not sure. It got the runway wrong already, so. And I can't change the runway, so. I guess we'll just, I guess we'll go to runway 13. Just to make sure that they know, that the tower knows we're in the right spot when we request our departure, request our takeoff. 8 was right next to us. Unfortunately, we have to go all the way over here. All right, so let's request taxi. Sure, they'll, I'll be amazed if they give us Juliet.
Taxi IFR.
Nope. Charlie. I mean, there is a Charlie. I think there might be some parking over here. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's Juliet. So that's not improved either. All right, acknowledge taxi clearance.
Short runway 13 via taxiway.
And co-pilot set our co-pilot set our transponder for us, our squawk code. All right, 13 via taxiway Charlie. So fuel pumps are on auto. Our taxi light is on. Landing light is off. So that's good. We're going to turn both these to manual and put the landing light on before takeoff. And our pitch trim is already set. Oh, I did not set our rudder trim. One of my new fancy hats on the new stick I set for rudder trim. So there we go. I saw the assisted checklist set it to 2.2 the last time I used it. So I'm just going to use 2.2. And set the baro here automatically. And then flight level change, we'll do the recommended climb speed of 120. Wow, it landed right on it. That was totally intentional. And runway 13, we'll just set our heading to 130 for now. All right, sweet, let's go. Parking brake is off. And if I zoom out just a little bit, we can see where we're at here. So we need to turn around. Whoops, I touched my pedals instead of my stick. I'm trying to use my stick twist axis now that I have a working twist axis. Alright, so we need to go over here for taxiway Juliet and then turn left, and we'll take that up to runway 13. Looks like runway 13 has, what is that, a 126 heading? 126. Let's update our heading here. There, 126. Alright, twist axis taxiing here. It's really weird not having my feet on the pedal, but I mentioned it at the start of the stream, but I ordered a standing desk because I'm sitting on my butt all day and it's really bad. Back when I worked in an office, I did have a standing desk and I used it every day and loved it. You know, I would use it for like 5 hours out of the day or something, you know. You know, you go out to lunch and you get back and you don't want to stand up anymore, that kind of thing. So, after working from home for several years now, it's like, it's about time I get a standing desk. Oh, the GPU. I did forget to disconnect it. I said I would forget to disconnect it. Oh man, I forget every single time. Definitely on purpose. I mean, on accident. All right, let's continue. I read that message way too late. The generator. Thanks for the heads up, Philippe. But no, I got to do it. I got to do it anyway. I gotta do it to pretend like it's something I'm doing on purpose. I definitely am not making that mistake every single time on purpose. Seriously, I'm not doing it on purpose. Okay, we're on Juliet still. Runway 13 should be right in front of us. And then we'll expect ATC to, on the tower frequency, to let us request our takeoff. Oh, Josh, you did it through the world map and it still gets it wrong. Nice. Yeah, I think that it's getting everything wrong or just the departure, because I don't think it supports departure procedures or arrivals. You know, it just supports... Oops, that's a hold short right there. All right, over to the tower, request takeoff clearance.
Tower Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002.
All right, let's get these over to manual.
Ready for departure IFR to Kilo Uniform Tango
The landing light on and taxi light off.
Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002, altimeter 23.
Alright, 3033. Wind is calm.
Runway 13.
Alright, cleared for takeoff 13.
Cleared for takeoff runway 13 Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002.
You're already actually getting to the approach. Yeah, I mean, the approach is usually decent. Like I used to, before I was doing VATSIM at all, or even FS HUD, or any of those add-on ATC programs, I was using in-game ATC all the time. And generally, I was just using it just so there wasn't nothing to do. Even, you know, despite it being really inaccurate and having bad altitude assignments and stuff like that, I did like the randomness sometimes of it assigning me a different approach. And anyway, yeah, it's still not great. All right, takeoff power is set. There we go. Looking for 85. I'm using the stick twist axis at the same time to hold me on the center line here. So pulling back on the stick while twisting it is a little weird. We'll see how weird it is in about 3 seconds. There's 85 knots. That's not too bad. All right, I let go of the twist axis now. All right, gears coming up. 110 knots. And I also, now that I have so many more hats on my thumb that I can use on the new stick, I have one set to like electric pitch trim, so I pitch trim up and down. All right, that's 400 AGL. 500 AGL, autopilot on, perfect timing. All right, 119.0, we're flying runway heading up to 5,000 feet, acknowledge handoff. We are climbing at 2,400 feet per minute. That's way more than the like 600 we needed for the departure procedure.
Austin departure Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002 is at 1,800 feet, climbing 5,000 feet.
Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002, Austin departure altimeter 30.0.
This is wrong. Wait, no, this is right. I think this is right. Well, let me get back to... I think Oxity was a waypoint here. No, it's not, is it? What is Oxity? All right. We're supposed to go to Hook. Anyway, we're going to go to Hook by just hitting the suspend button over here. And then I'm going to put it in nav mode.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. So we're at 3,000 feet, and they already gave us an instruction to climb and maintain 11,000. So that's the improvement. So instead of it waiting until we're at 4,750, 250 feet from our target altitude, and us not being able to respond in time, and having to like re-engage our vertical speed mode or our vertical mode like FLC. Now they're giving it to us 2,000 feet in advance. So yeah, we can respond to it, change our selected altitude without interrupting the climb itself. Yeah, just because before every single time it would, you know, you wouldn't have time to react pretty much. You would be in altitude hold mode and it would be leveling you off. Your autopilot would be leveling you off. All right, gonna let out a little bit of that rudder trim. Just looking at our little coordinator here. That little tiny invisible thing. This thing, I can't imagine. I don't know if any of you guys in chat have ever flown in real life with a G1000, but this slip skid, like turn coordinator indicator right here, seems so difficult to see in the sim. I'm curious how hard that is to see in real life. Sorry, I needed to add some rudder trim here, not remove it. A little more to the right. Anyway, this thing seems so difficult to see. I mean, that looks pretty good. What are we up to on the rudder trim here? 3.4 degrees. All right, climb and maintain 1,000. And I am heading towards... Wait, why are we heading towards... Okay, we are heading to Hook, right? Oh, I see what I did. So I hit suspend instead of direct to. So we don't have an active... We're heading towards the correct leg. But I guess suspend is kind of the wrong way to do it. I should have just gone here and hit direct enter, enter. So now nav mode can actually engage. All right, there we go. GPS. We're good. We're already at 7,200 feet. Let's make sure our cabin altitude's climbing. It is right here, 6,800 feet already. And let's check our customers. They are pretty angry. Oh, it's very, very cold. 5 degrees. What? Oh, bleed air is off. Whoops. My bad. And what's the temperature set to? Oh, it's on cool. All right, we'll just turn it straight up and see how that goes. Sorry, everybody. Good thing this doesn't actually do anything long term. 6.6 degrees inside the cabin. Here, we'll make them happy. We're going to give them more coffee, more snacks. Organize the pillows. There we go. It would be hilarious if this got eaten during the flight and the coffee level went down. Alright, climb maintain 1000 is the last thing they said. Whoops, I forgot to switch these back to auto. Let's do that. Landing light is on. And I'll get pitot heat on a little late as well. 4 degrees outside, 6 degrees inside and climbing. Alright, 9 degrees, that's better. I mean, it's still horrible, but... Alright, what did they say? Climb maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180.
And they gave that to us... yeah, again, it's just 2,000 feet. Yeah, same time. So 9,000. They gave us the instruction. All right, flight level 180. All right, 180 is set. We're still technically on the departure. And we're on our way to Hook.
002, did you copy?
Oh, that's me. I didn't change my tail number, so we have the default FSR 002 tail number.
Goodbye.
You heard him say goodbye. Oh, iced coffee. Dude, the best coffee. I mean, I guess it depends on where you live. Like, whenever it gets chilly here in California, and by that I mean, you know, under 60 degrees. Actually, really under 70, I pretty much get hot coffee if it's under 70 degrees. Wait, today I think it was like 62, so I guess I lied. Today it was like 62 this morning when I went to grab coffee, and I still got iced coffee. So maybe it has to be under 60 degrees for me to get hot coffee. Hey, it's the price we pay here for weather, you know? Well, live traffic is still working just fine. All right, they're getting happier. 17 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in American, but I'm gonna have to Google it. 18C to F, 64. I think I want it to be around 22, right? 22 Celsius to Fahrenheit is 71.6. So I would say between 22 and 25, maybe. I'd say that would be comfortable. 22 to 24. So we'll see where that gets to. All right, let's check our chart. On our way to Hook. We're definitely over 5,000 feet. We're headed up to 18,000, or flight level 180 already. Let's get standard baro put in advance. PFD standard. All right, we're good. Still at 120 knots. Forget, are we supposed to go up to 140? Cruise climb 140. Oh, if you're going to 20,000. 125 if you're going above 20,000. So we can increase our speed to 140. So I guess I need to remember in this plane, recommended cruise climb is 140. Unless we're going above 20,000 feet. So let's do that. 140 on the speed now.
Descend and maintain 7,600 feet southwest.
All right, there's a southwest calling in. So it's still interacting as expected with the AI. All right, and let's take a look at our Navigraph sectional. So you just center that. So yeah, here's the sectional in action. Let me import the flight plan to see what it looks like. Unload this previous one I had in, import from Simbrief. So I'm expecting, yep, to see it overlaid on top of the sectional, which is really cool. So I mean, we're pretty much getting like a sky vector-ish experience now. Because before we had to use the, let me make this bigger. Before we had to use the Navigraph VFR charts if you were flying, you know, if you were flying VFR and you wanted something, you didn't want to look at the like world low or world high charts. And these are pretty nice. They're cleaned up a lot, but there's a lot of stuff missing off of these. And now if you fly in the US, they added the FAA sectional. So you can see just all of this information we get with like obstacles. We get landmarks pointed out. The airspace indicators were in the other one as well, but you get the more traditional shapes and colors, I guess. And then on top of it, if you import your flight plan, then you get that overlaid on top of it. So we see Hook, Alexi, and then, you know, I assume we can just go in and if I want to overlay the departure procedure, we can do that as usual and just see the sectional underneath it instead of, you know, we wouldn't really be using the sectional right now anyway, since we're flying IFR, but yeah, it's cool that it's available now. I saw a note in the release notes about it, something about tech route charts, but I didn't see them working. Because I know around LA there are some tech routes in the LA airspace. And when I zoomed in, I didn't see those. They're supposed to be simplified charts. Oh, I'm thinking of the flyway charts, actually. Sorry, in LA there are special charts called the flyway charts because the airspace around here is so complicated around LAX that there are simplified charts called the flyway charts that are used for VFR flying, and they basically give you altitudes along little routes. So it'll have like arrows pointing, say, from up here near Burbank, you know, down this direction, say towards like John Wayne or something. And it'll have arrows and paths drawn, kind of like it does with the Victor Airways, except it'll give you a legit altitude, a legal altitude to fly in that area. So it simplifies having to look at all this overlapping airspace. So when you have these like Charlies overlapping with Deltas, overlapping with the LAX Bravo, it just, all of these, it just simplifies it so you can just look at the flyway charts. Anyway. Either I misunderstood what they added. They said something about tech charts, I think. So I'm not sure. I think once you zoom into a certain level, it's just using them, but I haven't noticed it yet. I have to learn a little bit more about them and how to see them in Navigraph. But anyway, we got the sectional charts now, which is awesome. I'm just used to looking at these. Like, I'm used to, you know, looking for VOR frequencies in this format instead of over here. If we go to the VFR chart, you know, it's like here in the middle. You know, they're both nice, but if you're used to the sectional chart, it's cool that you can use them now. All right, let's go back to the IFR charts. All right, still on our way to Hook. And let's see if I missed any instructions here. Oh, Houston Center, I did.
Houston Center, Foxtrot, Sierra Romeo 002, flight.
All right, let's do a little time acceleration here. I'm gonna go double speed for a little bit. Save us all some time. And we're at 18,000 already. I'll pull out that rudder trim abruptly. And our airspeed is fine right now. We got 37 knot crosswind. 18 knot tailwind.
United 1869er 17,100 feet. United 1869er Houston Center altimeter 30.28 radar contact. Continue to MARCS.
Alright, I'm just gonna watch our airspeed here. I've definitely oversped this thing several times, but actually I made the mistake of not adding more power as we were climbing, which is something I keep forgetting to do. So I can actually add just a little bit more. I'm not gonna go into the yellow because the winds are pretty crazy. So we could have climbed up to 18,000 even faster. Or flight level 180, I guess, if you want to be correct about how you say it.
United 2674 contact Houston Center on 125.65.
Alright, so I left it on, let's see, we left it on no, the ATC routes enforcement setting or whatever. I left it on no, which supposedly means that it's going to follow the flight plan. So it already gave us Oxity. Okay, so, okay, that makes sense. Well, it's not ideal, but the reason why it gave us Oxity when we took off and said proceed direct Oxity is just because it can't handle departure and arrival procedures, so. It might be decent if it adds departure and arrival procedures someday. I mean, at the least, it would be nice if it just looked at the departure procedure and just considered them all en route waypoints, so at least it would tell you, like, to go direct hook instead of way down here, go direct Oxity. Maybe that'll be, like, the first step of them implementing, like, SID and star support.
Climb and maintain flight level 400 Southwest 2430.
Oh yeah, beyond ATC, yeah. Oh yeah, Bruce, sorry, I saw your message about that too. Yeah, hopefully beyond ATC will be good. I agree, yeah. I mean, the hype is real. The demos they've done have been really impressive. So I'm pretty excited about it. As somebody that's tried all of the other ATC products, I tried Pro ATC, FS HUD, Pilot to ATC, Pilot Edge, VATSIM, Microsoft Flight Sim ATC. I pretty much tried all of the options that I know of. So yeah, beyond ATC will be exciting. And there was that other AI one as well, right? What was it called? Sky something? Is it just called Sky? Oh, Smart Sky. Wait, it's Smart Sky, right? Yeah, here we go. So I noticed this on Reddit. It's got almost 200 upvotes on the Microsoft Flight Sim Reddit. I think somebody from their team posted this. And this is the website. That is not the website. I put it in the wrong browser window. There we go. This is the website. So it says currently in beta. And they have a very similar... Oh, it's VFR, that's why, right? Yeah, this is why. So, anyway, it says it's in beta right now. And it says that it's focused on VFR. Whereas Beyond ATC, I think, is doing the opposite. They're focusing on IFR first. But they have a very similar demo to what Beyond ATC showed. You know, where they're using...
After run-up taxi to runway 17, contact tower on 118.3 when ready for departure.
All right, run-up area via Kilo, and then,
so you can hear that voice was like
we'll
AI generated as well.
7, and then over to tower, Diamond 678 Bravo.
And it's doing speech recognition.
Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo, hold short of the taxiway Lima traffic on final approach.
I mean, the voices sound really good.
Lights check.
Departure, have a safe flight.
Diamond
So
678
multiple
Bravo.
voices. There's a female voice or woman's voice coming in.
Tree Mike Whiskey, contact departure, have
So
a safe flight.
they sound really good. I mean,
Departure, thank you.
and you can hear the like VHF interference, the static, that kind of stuff. It sounds really good.
Up.
These guys just like
Departure
the
for
hype is
Diamond
built
678
really
Bravo.
high for Beyond ATC. They've like done a better
Solid
job
departure,
marketing
Diamond
it or
678
something. I don't know. But I
6,000
mean, this
climbing,
also looks like
7,500.
this is gonna be viable too. Like I'll try both of them. I did sign up for beta for both. Haven't heard back. I'm not I need to grow more or something. It would be nice to get in on the beta to try it out, but Yeah, I mean, this one looks promising too. And it says right here, GA IFR coming early next year. So assuming, yeah, 2024 when Beyond ATC comes out. So I guess it's in beta. I don't know if any streamer or anybody or YouTuber, whatever, Twitcher has gotten access and tried it yet, but it sounds good. And I would be okay, like, yeah, of course, like getting back into VFR flights for a bit would be fun. That'd be cool to do with an AI ATC like that. And maybe we'll be using both here and there, like use that for VFR until Beyond ATC has VFR support too. Overkill. I saw Overkill has done Beyond ATC, right? Did he do this? Did he get access to this one too, Smart Sky? Yeah, in their thread, I'm reading the thread from the Smart Sky devs. Oh, let me bring this back to regular speed here so I don't miss anything. Actually, don't we need our, did they give us an approach yet? Oh, I probably missed the, whoops. I didn't want flight following. Oh no, I messed up.
6 miles south of X-Ray Sierra 18 flight level 180.
Oh, only Beyond ATC. Okay. Yeah, so far I haven't seen anybody showing a demo of Smart Sky except for the developers themselves. But it also sounds awesome. Those voices sound great to me. So I just messed up the whole flight plan, I think, by clicking flight following by accident. But I think I can hit, once this communication's done, I can hit file IFR flight plan again, and hopefully it'll just pick up where it left off.
Roger 002.
All right, here we go. Retry with last IFR flight plan.
Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002, 5 miles south of 60 Romeo. Request IFR to Kilo Uniform Tango Sierra.
We probably should start descending 5 minutes ago. Oh, nope, that's not us. I thought it was telling us to descend. I was impressed.
Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002 is cleared to Kilo Uniform Tango Sierra Airport as filed. Squawk 0116.
All right, read it back again. Let's see if it picks up.
002, cleared to Kilo Uniform Tango Sierra Airport as filed. Squawk 0116.
002, read back correct.
All right, continue to Oxity.
Continue to Oxity, turning in following heading 015 climb and maintain flight level 180.
All right, we're good there.
United 149er 8 descend and maintain 16,000 feet.
So they didn't even wait for our response. All right, we're gonna step on that person then.
Heading 015 descend and maintain flight level 180002.
002, you are 35 miles.
All right, descend and maintain 9,000. Expect vectors.
9,000 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 18 approach.
Visual 18. So our expected one from Simbrief was 18.
08 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 185. Report them in sight.
Descend and maintain 2,300 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway.
All right, 2,300 and vectors visual 18.
002 traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 185 generic. Report them in sight.
All right, 23. There is our traffic.
2308, have the in sight.
Have the in sight.
002, have the generic in sight.
Okay, so I did not add an approach to my world map flight plan, so it assigned us one. It still gave us 18, but it gave us the visual.
And maintain flight level 300. Southwest 54 descend.
All right, so we're gonna select the approach. I'll just put in the visual for 18 in here. And we'll set it up for straight.
United 2308.
And then load it. And this way, at least we can use VNav. I'm gonna, let's see, can we put in 2300 here?
Flight level 270 Southwest 54.
So we're gonna define our own VNav altitude here.
54 climb and maintain flight level.
All right, there we go, 2300. So now I can use VNav for the descent, 1,200 feet per minute. So we're gonna switch on VNav.
flight level 300 Southwest 54.
All right, and it has bottom of descent in 11 minutes, so... What's interesting here is how can I catch up to the... I wish this was showing the vertical profile or VNAV profile over here, and it's not. So even though I put in 2300, it's calculated our bottom of descent here. It's not showing our VNAV info over here. It's not showing our like we see it here, but we don't see it over here. So let's see if I turn off vertical speed mode. Yeah, we still don't see it. When I turn off VNAV, I'll just hit altitude hold. And then let's go ahead and try a VNAV direct to. What? That's not what I wanted. Straight VNAV direct to activate. Okay, we're still going oxidate. There's our new top of descent. Okay, there we go. Now we got it.
Climb and maintain flight level 260 American 1314.
All right, now we're good. Now it's going to capture our V path, and that'll take us down perfectly to 2300 by the time we get to the straight waypoint here, which is part of the visual approach. There we go. Good job, Zumbo.
002, please expedite your descent 2300.
What type of plane? This is the FS Reborn Piper M500. It's called the FSR 500.
240, keep speed not above 280 knots. United 465.
This plane's like a really good alternative to a TBM. If you don't want steam gauge. So like the two really popular turboprops right now are in Microsoft Flight Sim are the Black Square TBM 850. That one's really good if you don't want a glass cockpit, if you want steam gauge instruments, more analog instruments, and like a GNS 530. But if you want a glass cockpit, then you want the G1000, then this one, the M500, is really good. They're both incredible planes. Oh yeah, really. Oh, wait, the dog's here. What? I thought I forgot to install him. I didn't, and now he just showed up all of a sudden. Sweet. What's up, dude?
United 2308, climb and maintain flight level 340. Southwest 3121, climb and maintain
All right, just watching. I'm gonna pull back a little more on the power here. All right, and they gave us a visual approach, so I'm just gonna pull up the airport diagram.
Climb and maintain flight level 390 Southwest 3121. Southwest 3121, climb and maintain flight level.
And we're landing on 18, so we're gonna have a turn off to the left, and it's 5,000 foot runway, and the terminal's parking is down in the south end of the runway. So
Southwest 54, contact Houston Center on 134.8. Good day. Spirit Wings 89er heavy descent and maintain 9,000 feet.
all right, and this untowered, so there's just a CTAF frequency, there's Unicom, and then the CTAF frequency right here. And it looks like it's had. Oh right, this is my bad. I did not remove cuts from the flight plan here, so we're gonna have to descend faster. This is having us go over the airport first. So let's clear that waypoint. There we go. And then we're gonna have to catch up quite a bit. 2,300 feet per minute. All right, we're gonna pull our speed back to idle.
Check gear. Check gear.
And we do not want to go too fast. So we'll try to catch up to that that VPath profile now. I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to go back to straight, hit VNAV direct to activate. Get a new top of descent.
Check gear.
Rearm VPath. Turn off.
Descend and maintain 11,000
There we go.
feet. United
VPath.
465.
All right. Try that again. VNAV
Check
direct.
gear.
Top of
Check
descent, 6
gear.
seconds.
Polaris 375 heavy climb and maintain flight flight level tree 80. United 465. Air Shuttle 611 tree climb and maintain flight level 260.
Check gear.
Whoops, wrong button. There we go. Standard baro. Get that off.
Check.
All right, sorry, I'm doing a lot of things at once here, getting a little distracted. So top of descent, I don't know if that makes sense there, right? Is that right? Top of descent in 3 minutes for 3.4 degree flight path angle. Normally it's 3 degrees, 3.8. Okay, now we have it here, so let's try this again. V path. All right, now we're gonna have to pull it out. It reset my nav for some reason.
Delta 1533 descend and maintain flight level 180. Polaris tree 75 heavy climb and maintain flight level tree 80.
I don't know what's happening. It turned me back to roll mode when I turned off vertical speed mode, which is weird. All right, seems okay now.
Delta 1533 climb and maintain flight level 240.
Check gear.
We're good on check gear just because here we have 170 knots, so we're good on our airspeed. Just don't want to. I was getting up into the yellow, so I pulled it back. Dude, Josh, you're crazy. Thank you, dude. Oh my god. Thanks for the 5 gifted. Thanks, Josh. Congrats, dude, and Hunter, and Fish, and Soul, and Mitch. Enjoy your emotes. I'm sweating over here with all the button pressing I'm doing right now. Dude, Josh, thank you so much, man. Alright, yeah, I have to pull it back pretty much to idle. Just making sure I'm not overspeeding us with V path here, with our VNav.
134.8 JetBlue 1826. Goodbye.
Check gear.
Polaris tree 75 heavy climb and maintain flight level tree 80.
Check
All right, bottom of
gear.
descent is down here, right at the straight waypoint.
Check gear.
I think so. We have an X here, which means that we're. Oh, now we don't have an X anymore. Okay, it's recalculating. So it thinks we'll be able to make this descent down to the final
Gear.
altitude at this kind of synthetic approach that it's making for us with the vertical or with the visual approach. All right, let's take selected altitude down then.
Check gear.
Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it at 23 because that's what ATC told us.
Flight level 390.
Check gear.
Southwest 1141 Houston Center radar contact. Continue to BOCCK.
Check gear.
Liam says, recently sent a request to join the beta. Got no response is usually a good sign that they're close to a full release. Oh, I hope so. That would be awesome. I mean, I'll be one of the first people paying them and trying it out. I just want, yeah, I want to try out every ATC add-on. I think I've tried pretty much all of them out at this point. But yeah, it'll be really, really nice to have something like that. It's just like VATSIM is awesome, but the coverage is always going to be an issue with VATSIM. I mean, you guys have seen me over and over again hop on VATSIM. Like, you know, I was trying to do it about once a week recently. And, you know, it's just almost every single time, even with controllers only being on, you know, 30 minutes, 60 minutes by the, you know, by the time I tuned in, they would, you know, they're just people. They have their volunteers. They have their own schedule. It totally makes sense. It's just, it can get a little frustrating when almost every time you're trying to use VATSIM, people are hopping off, like right when you're getting ready to use it. It can be a little bit frustrating. Of course, it's going to happen, right? It's all volunteer. It's free. It's still an incredible service and platform. Like, it's awesome. But yeah, that's one of the downsides to it. All right, have they talked to us yet? I don't think they've said anything. There's just so much other traffic too. This is another thing that's kind of just crazy about Microsoft Flight Sim ATC. whenever I have it turned on, it is non-stop talking to other planes. Like, there is never a break.
Expect ILS runway 15 right approach via Dukas transition cleared to Dukas Spirit Wings 89er heavy. Air Shuttle 611 tree descend and maintain flight level 240. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
All right, our airspeed's looking good. We're kind of maxed out. 5,300 feet, we're descending 2,300. All right, this is us. All right, report runway in sight. Well, I know Josh is over there, so it's just a right turn to where he's at. And yeah, we can see the field right there. The runway is presumably right about there. So I'm going to start slowing us down even more.
Check gear.
Can't even acknowledge our instruction. I'm going to have to step on the AI to get a word in.
Altitude 002.
Gear.
Alright, we're just going to report runway. Nope.
Expect ILS runway 15 right approach via Dukas transition cleared to Dukas Delta 15 tree.
Check
Southwest
gear.
1141, you are 300
Alright, I think I see the runway.
altitude.
Right there.
Maintain flight level 390.
Alright, report runway in sight.
002 runway in sight.
002, you are 7 miles northwest.
What's going on with our altitude here?
Turn right, heading
Hello?
135.
VNAV is on.
Descend and maintain flight level 390.
Okay, it's calculated a new top of descent randomly. Why did it stop? That's weird. Alright, descent. Let's see. Turn right heading 135,
Turn
it says.
right, heading 135. 002.
We're just gonna follow. We're gonna follow this. This is gonna line us up perfectly. All right, turn right 135, and then we should go to cuts traffic
Air Shuttle 611 tree descend and maintain flight
and
level
announce our
230.
position.
Kilo Uniform Tango Sierra Traffic Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 0026 miles northwest inbound
Oh,
visual
no.
runway 18.
Hold on, before it kills us, I gotta go and turn off damage and stress damage, or it's gonna kill me right now. Stress damage off. Okay, VNAV is going absolutely crazy. All right, autopilot's off. We're gonna pitch up so we don't. There we go. All right, that's insane. VNAV trying to destroy us.
Check
All right, we're at idle. All right, we can put gear down at under 148.
check gear.
Ground gear and flaps. Not great at all. And there's the runway. We are quite high. All right, let's get our pumps and ignition on manual. And let's see how this thing slips. All right, let's announce we're on final.
Kilo Uniform Tango Sierra Traffic Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002 is on final runway 18 to land.
All right, landing lights are on. We got ignition and fuel pumps in manual. We're at 100 knots. And we got gear down and flaps down. 3 greens, flaps are down full. Rudder trim is out. Oh, yaw damper is still on. Let me turn that off. All right, I gotta remember I got pitch trim on my thumb now. I still have my Brava wheel, which is nice. Just trying to use all the new fancy buttons I have over here on this stick. All right, I got a little bit of a slip going, just a tiny bit. All right, I think our altitude looks pretty good now. Let's see what the pappies say. 1 red. All right, adding in some more power again and trimming. Kind of nice having the the trim on the stick. I'm used to rolling the wheel on the Bravo to the right here. All right, I see 2 reds. 3 reds. All right, pulling out more throttle. This new stick is it's just something to get used to. 3 whites. All right, 87 knots. All right, pitch for speed, power for altitude. Adding a little power. Forgot how fast this thing stops. All right, we need to roll to the end of the runway on the left for the turn off. Using my stick for my rudder. Just trying to get used to stick only. My feet keep naturally moving towards my rudder pedals, but I'm trying not to use them. I want to eventually be able to do this standing. We'll see. I kind of like having the handbrake, actually. I always think it's awkward using the toe brakes. Obviously, like, if you want it to be realistic, you would be toe braking. But, I always find them kind of weird. Alright, let's get the flaps up. Let's get these back to auto. Taxi light on. For this very, very short taxi. There's our boy Josh. Oh yeah, Jewel says for on-air you technically only need crash damage. Yep. Yeah, you've gotten bumped around and burned by the others too. Yeah, the stress damage is pretty unforgiving. Yeah, if you just overspeed a little bit, it'll just end your flight a lot of the time. So I totally understand having it off. I tend to have it on, which I think is like way too risky. All right, let's get this thing shut down. Lights off. Pitot heat off. Cut off fuel condition. Fuel pumps and ignition are off. And then we'll reset our rudder trim. Done. Reset our pitch trim. And we're at idle. This comes off. Battery, avionics, all these come off. Nice. 39 minutes. Felt a lot longer because of, you know, the ground, of course. And let's get all these reset. Air conditioning off. There, vent fan off, flaps are up. That all is set. Let's get this back to neutral. There we go. And the dog is good. Okay, let's go unload our dudes. Cabin door open. Delta says, where's Kip heading? Oh, we still hadn't landed yet, so we just landed at, oh, what's the name of this what's the name of this airport? Uniform Tango Sierra. Huntsville, Texas. Just randomly picked these. All right, unload real time. Passengers stretching their legs. I don't know which of these knobs it holds in. I don't know what state it saves for certain things. Like, I'm not sure if this one gets saved or not. We'll see. All right, waiting for their vehicle to come by. Guess I can do unload. Let's do unload instant. There we go. All right, all unloaded. Cabin door closed again. Passengers have to thaw out. I know it was. We got it up, but we got the temperature up. But yeah, that got dangerously. What was it? 3 degrees? 3 degrees Celsius. It still shows the passengers in here, so I wonder why that is. Oh, sorry, that's planned payload. Sorry, over here. There we go. Right, I'm smart. This is our actual. So yeah, the passengers are gone. Just one pilot. Nice. What time is it? 7 o'clock. To do another flight or not. Josh, thanks again so much for the 5 gifted memberships, man. Appreciate you. And make sure everybody you follow the rules. If you don't know the rules in Couch Captains, you have to serve your passengers cigarettes at all times. I don't know why this became a running joke, but it did. Where I think someone mentioned it a long time ago. Where like in Couch Captains, we don't turn off the smoking sign, or we don't turn on the no smoking sign. I've actually never smoked a cigarette in my life, personally. So kind of adds to the weirdness of the rule, I guess. Okay, these things are turned off. Yeah, all passengers must be smoking at all times. It's the Couch Captain's way. And Jewel said for on air. Oh yeah, I read that already. Hunter says on the beta you went for it took more than 6 minutes for you. Afraid you had to download the whole sim. Yeah, I think they've improved a lot as far as the beta goes over the years. Like it used to be a huge problem. And I was trying to look for evidence of this when we were talking about it on Discord. But I'm pretty sure when the beta is over that you do not need to reinstall the base sim or anything like that. I'm pretty sure that you just it just rolls you into, you're just now on the live version. I was looking for the instructions, but I couldn't find them. But I'm pretty sure how it works is on the 7th when Sim Update 14 comes out, I'm pretty sure that you just don't do anything. You don't have to like opt out of the beta and then reinstall. You just leave it alone. And then once the beta is officially ended on that day, you can go into like the insider program and you can opt out again to make sure you don't get whatever the next beta is if you don't want it. And then you just stay on the live version. But I'm pretty sure you don't have to do anything because you're already running all the software that is going to become the live version. It didn't always used to be the case, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works now. I think it's very simple. Yeah, Elaine says no, it's small patch to roll it over. Okay, yeah. All good with the caps. Hey, caps are funny, you know. Just Sosby says, oh sweet, just watched reviews for this plane. I'll only get it with Kip's blessing. So I think this plane is incredible. If you want a turboprop that has, basically I would compare this plane to the Black Square planes, except Black Square has been focusing on analog variants, right? They made the 208 Grand Caravan analog version. They made the Baron. They made the King Air. They made the TBM 850 recently. All those planes are incredible. Those are the go-to planes if you want those planes with a more analog or steam gauge configuration in them. They're incredible. They have simulated failures. By all accounts, like they're very much loved by people. This one, the FS Reborn M500, I would say if you want a turboprop that has a glass cockpit, you want the G1000, you don't want steam gauge, get this. If you do want steam gauge, then get the TBM 850 by Black Square. They're both incredible. And this one has some stuff nobody else has really done, which is like this EFB is really good. This has wear and tear. It has failures. It has a whole maintenance section where you can go in and perform maintenance on the plane. I believe it's tied to your tail number, your registration number. So as long as you're using the same registration number, I believe that's how it keeps all of this stuff memorized with the wear and tear. And it has like a baby GSX to it. So if you're familiar with GSX for airliners, where you get to see the passengers get loaded and all that, it has like a miniature version of that where it will bring a passenger car that'll drop the passengers off. It'll show their luggage. It will load the fuel in real time with a fuel truck that comes up and hooks up to the plane. It's really, really cool. But anyway, I would say, yeah, if you want something with a G1000 in it, you want a turboprop with G1000, get this thing. It's the best. I will fly this whenever I want G1000 turboprop, and I'll fly the 850 whenever I want more of a steam gauge analog experience without the glass cockpit. They're both really, really good. This, I don't know when it's going to happen, but the reason why this plane is really, really special, kind of a first of its kind, is that not only does it support Navigraph charts here, so if you have a Navigraph subscription, you can connect your Navigraph subscription and get the charts here. It supports Simbrief import, not just for the EFB, but it also imports the flight plan into the G1000 as well. There are some limitations. It doesn't bring over any SIDs or stars. You still have to program them in using the proc menu over here, the proc button. But it'll put in the departure and arrival airports. It'll put in the en route waypoints. So it'll save you a little bit of time. And what's also really cool is if you're doing like something like on-air company, or you're simulating having weight and balance, like having a loading payload of passengers and cargo, that will be pulled in and synced here from your Simbrief flight plan if you're using Simbrief. So it'll set the expected number of passengers and cargo. And then when you do the loading, either instant or real time, it'll set that automatically for you. So it'll set your fuel and stuff based on that. Or you can do it manually over here on the left side. And then they have like, these mini gamified things like passenger happiness. You can serve them coffee and snacks in the back. There's just fun stuff in it. You can see the pillows are all over the place. Did I just hit organize by accident? There. Can bring the pillows back. These will fall because of, G-forces, gravity, whatever. They'll fall around. Like if you land too hard, they'll bounce around. Oh yeah, Elaine, I got you. So yeah, it's just some good fun. You can like put it away, and yeah, this I've been having a lot of fun with this. And it's got these auto camera angles it does, like when you open the cabin door, when you start the aircraft up, when you attach the GPU, when you raise or lower the landing gear, when you raise or lower the flaps. All of those things have options in the EFB for you to have auto cameras on, which is kind of cool. I think the flaps one is a little overkill for me. But yeah, those are over here in the settings. Auto EFB. I don't know why this turned off. Oh, that's the EFB camera, sorry. But these right here for engine startup, landing gear. So if I turn the flaps one on, then I push my flaps, it doesn't work. Probably because we're off. Here, let me try it with the GPU. So if I go GPU and then we turn it on and connect it, should change the camera. There we go. Yeah, it automatically pulls the camera out. You can watch the GPU get connected. So there's just a lot of cool features that are unique to this plane. So I think it's really cool. Tempted by the FSR 500 just for the sheer amount of features. I mean, I don't know. I think I am enjoying it. Some of this stuff, like, I didn't think I would use this stuff that much, but I just think it's so cool that I am kind of always using the real-time loading and watching the car come up and watching the fuel truck come up. I always forget to disconnect the GPU, though. And then it's got, like, statics, so we have, like, chalks and security cones. You have the red carpet you can put out for passengers. Oh, this thing, it's just good fun. I enjoy it. There, we can put all this stuff on. There you go. So you got security cones. I guess if you're doing maintenance on it or something. And it's got the covers for the inlet and the exhaust and the prop. And then the chocks. Yeah. So they did a really good job of this. And oh, I forgot to mention, the most important thing is for Xbox, the reason I was listing off all those features like the Simbrief import and the Navigraph import is that this is going to be the first plane that will let Xbox users use both Simbrief and Navigraph, which is insane. Like, people on Xbox have been waiting since the release of the sim on Xbox for these features. So this is the first plane that's going to allow it. So they'll be able to, just like a PC, someone on PC, they'll be able to import from Simbrief. You just put in your username on the settings page to do that. And then they'll also, if they have a Navigraph subscription, they'll be able to connect it as well. I hope it works. Originally, it was supposed to come out on both PC and Xbox in the marketplace, but the team had some issues where they had to pull it from Xbox when it came out. I think it was it 3 weeks ago? The developer for it actually happened to be in the chat for this channel during a stream I was doing. So they had said that they were working on it. It would still be coming out to Xbox in the coming weeks. Hopefully that's this Thursday. Maybe it's next Thursday. It's already been a couple weeks since then. So yeah, I'm just really, I continue to be very excited for everyone on Xbox to get access to this thing. You know, just for Navigraph and Simbrief, you know, let alone how cool the plane is. Yeah, pretty stoked about it. Hey 717, what's up? Do Xbox users need to use a PC to set up Simbrief? Yes. Simbrief, I don't know if you have to use a laptop. I've never tried to use it on like a tablet or a phone, but you do need to go to Simbrief in order to create your flight plan. But Simbrief is free. I think you're only required to have, is a Navigraph login required? I think you just make a free Navigraph account or like a login to do it. And then, yeah, when you go over to Simbrief, you're just, you know, it's optional. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. But it's very useful for flight planning. Like, I would say like most, if not everyone that's on like VATSIM and doing IFR stuff, they use Simbrief. Because it's just really easy. You just pick the type of plane you're flying. You put in your departure and arrival, and it'll calculate everything for you. You can even put in, you know, passengers and payload and stuff like that. It'll give you a bunch of routes, so you can like click through and look at the different routes that it's recommending. And then when you hit generate flight, it'll tell you how much fuel it requires based on your plane and your route and all that. Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, when you use this with the M500, it'll just use your Simbrief username to pull all this data in. So this is where it'll set your passengers up in the EFB. It'll set up your fuel and all that. You don't have an Xbox? You must have a browser. Maybe, yeah. I don't have an Xbox either. Yeah, it's possible that you have like a browser on your Xbox that you could use. Yeah. I mean, I know that existed back when I was using like a PS4. It's been a while, but yeah, it had like its own just standard web browser. So yeah, definitely. Trying to decide whether to do another flight or not. Maybe I can do another short one. Kind of want to fly a little more. What's up, dude? Didn't even know Kip was live. Got an email for the gift. Nice. What's up, Jerry? Do I watch Pilot Debrief? Yes. Yeah, I've been watching him recently. I don't know his name. Yeah, I've been watching a few of those recently. I think I just watched one. I've seen some of his shorts recently too. But yeah, I've been watching that channel here and there. It's a good channel. It's like another like it's like a Bronco Lirio alternative, right? But I enjoy that channel, yeah. You're at the airport, East USA, with nobody there. Yeah, I'm on beta, so sorry I won't see most of you guys if you're not on the beta. But, you know, on the 7th, what is the 7th? Is that next Thursday? It must be next Thursday. Let me check the calendar. Calendar, Google, come on. It must be next Thursday. That's usually when they do the updates, right? Yeah, it's next Thursday is the 7th, so that's when when Sim Update 14 will be out. So I mean, there are several posts that Microsoft has made about with the release notes. So for example, this was like the first one, I think, at the end of October. This has the brunt of the release notes. I linked to this in the video description if you guys want to look them over, just so you know what's coming next Thursday. Or if you want to opt into the beta before then, like, you know, if you want to opt into the beta before Saturday when we usually do our group flight, just so we can see each other. You know, it's kind of an at your own risk thing. I don't think it's very risky, but you never know. It could happen where you have to like install the whole sim again because it just messes everything up. But I feel like that has not been happening as often as it did in the past. But yeah, we looked at a couple of these just now, like the vectoring bug fixes. So looks like there's just some bug fixes with the ATCs, waypoints, and vectoring. This second one is weird. It says now assigning a new vector and clearance every time the user asks ATC for a new vector. I thought that already happened. Like you have to ask them for vectors over and over and over again, which is weird. They should just be vectoring you the whole time if they're vectoring you onto final. And then this is the one that we just looked at here on the stream was ATC clears you to the next altitude 2,000 feet before the cleared altitude rather than 250 feet. So when you're using autopilot, that's super nice. So we saw that in action here during our climb on this flight. And then this other part here where there's a new setting under user experience assistance settings where you can tell it to either favor your flight plan that you've put in or to just do whatever it wants, basically like recommend you a flight plan. So it says when it's deactivated, it'll set the active runway and approach based on current conditions only. So I think regardless of which one you choose, ATC is only going to support the approach. You know, it'll give you taxi and departure runway. It doesn't, as we just saw, it doesn't do a good job with departures or arrivals. It told me to go direct to my en route waypoint, which, you know, we're all just waiting for beyond ATC, but I hope in the future, like they make this better and better, add more voices, add SID and star support. That would be really nice. And of course, like you guys know, not fly people into terrain. That would be really a big improvement. And there are a bunch of fixes. Oh, there was one, I tried to figure this out the other day. It was a G3000 thing. It might be in the second one. There are like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 release note threads like this where they keep adding to them. This thing, MFD, on the G1000, added page menu pop-up for MFD's nearest airports page. I checked with it. I couldn't figure out what that was, so I have no idea. I almost never use nearest airports anyway, but yeah, there are just a lot of changes to go through. All right, we're at cuts. Yeah, let's just fly from here. I know some of you guys are loading in on the non-beta version right now. Let's just do a short flight to another airport. I can practice landing with the new stick again. This was kind of too easy of a landing. I felt like the weather was like, I didn't even check the winds, but it just felt way too easy. And to save some time, I'm going to go ahead and go under checklist, and I'll just use the assisted checklist to get everything started this time. Let me go assistance. Yeah, I forget who mentioned it earlier in the stream, like right when we started, that it's resetting all of these assistance options every time you start the sim if you're on the beta. So if you do decide to upgrade for the next 10 days to the beta, or 9 days, I guess, remember it's gonna, I guess, apparently reset these constantly. Get going already. We should do the real-time loading, right? All right, so I'm going to turn back on the assisted checklist. All right, let's find an airport. Anybody got a suggestion? Let's see where it cuts. I think we should do one shorter than before. Maybe we could fly down towards... Or we do like Galveston or something like that? Port Arthur? More realistic if you spend half an hour on the ramp. Yeah, exactly. Also... I'll do what I want to do. All right, let me find a... Yeah, I just want to find an airport nearby. Let's just use Navigraph. Let's bring this up and find something to the south. Oh, Kaya, we've been here before. Oh yeah, that's George Bush. I feel like I almost never fly into DC. Wait, is this in DC? Oh, this is in Houston. What am I thinking? Galveston might be cool. Okay, yeah, let's do Galveston then. All right, what do we got? Is that GLS? KGLS. All right, I'm gonna start with Simbrief again. We'll get a new flight plan going. All right, cuts to KGLS. Piper M500. Let's take 0 passengers. We'll just do us. No loading of anything. And all we have is a single waypoint for Rosin. All right, that's all right. Generate flight. Delta says just added, oh, George Bush Houston to the payware map. Oh, nice. All right, 15,000 feet for our cruise altitude, 726 pounds of fuel. And we're just going direct to Rosin. All right, it's estimating, again, runway 18, which is where we landed. So same for our departure, and then runway 36 at Galveston. Because this has no departure or arrival procedure, we won't have to do anything in the G1000 for programming it. We'll just import it from Simbrief and we'll be good to go. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Just gonna let the co-pilot auto complete all the checklists this time. All right, and EFB, we'll just do instant. First, I'll go and re-import from Simbrief. There's our new route. Pre-flight, everything is okay. Cabin doors open. We'll take the cones away, and then we'll do load instant this time. All right, there's our fuel. No passengers, no cargo. And then no passengers on board. We're good there. All right, engine start using battery. We can just go ahead and close the doors because it won't do it for us. All right, then autocomplete battery. Some of these you still have to do manually, so fuel pumps to manual and ignition to manual. Here's some of those automatic cameras in action again. One of you guys earlier asked about the sounds. I can't kind of give a sound review because I'm not a real pilot, and I also haven't. I don't know what like constitutes a good sound or not. I think. So I think, yeah, I don't really have an opinion on it. As long as I hear an engine turn on, then I'm okay with the sounds, you know? The bar for me is very low. All right, still running through the checklist, verifying RPMs. Oh, there it goes. All right, fuel pump switch to auto. I think I need to make that change again. And then ignition goes to, oh, ignition goes to off. Got it. I messed that up last time. I put the ignition on auto on the ground. All right, before taxi switch on. There we go. Nav light is on. Stall test. It's doing that right up here. And release parking brake. We're going to release it and then reactivate it just to get through the checklist. All right, I'm going to skip the run up because that takes a while. Let's get flaps down to takeoff position. Actually, it's going to do that here, isn't it? Just auto-complete this one. All right, fuel pump to manual. Actually, we'll stop doing this one because I know how to do all this stuff. We're going to leave fuel pump and ignition on. We'll turn them on manual once we get over to the threshold. All right, and let's see how we do here. Automated weather. We'll just set it with the B key, 3032 for the altimeter. We're taking off on runway 18 again. And we'll get our clearance in the air. We don't really need it, I guess, but I'll probably do it just to play with ATC a little more. Let's go to our charts. All right, so we'll go ahead and unpin the rest of these from our departure. Is that trash can working? It does not work. Oh, can't unpin them. All right, let's re-import. No, that's not it either. All right, we can't unpin the charts, I guess. That's fine. All right, runway 18 is a 180 heading, so let's set that. And our planned cruise altitude is 15,000. Let's get that set in our selected altitude, 15,000. And then 180 on the heading bug. Do that here, heading. All right, 180. And 15,000, 15,000 on the altitude. Eventually we'll get there. All right, done. Heading, and then we'll go flight level change. I'll bring that up to 120. All right. Done. Let's make sure our waypoints are set over here. We just have one to Rosin and then to Galveston. Cuts to Rosin to Galveston. Might use a little flight acceleration here too, because this is such a boring flight plan. All right, pitch trim. I'm going to go a little bit nose up. Flaps are at 20 degrees. Fuel condition. And to quickly move my lever so it's synced up there. Okay, that's on norm. Bleed air is on. Air conditioning should be on. Vent fan and low. All right, there we go. All right, cool. All right, parking brakes off. Taxi lights already on. Let's go over to runway 18. Which is right where we came from. I forgot in this plane if you... let's see if I can show this in the external camera. If you use the... Let's see. There we go. If you use the rudder too much during taxiing, it'll turn the wheel like completely sideways and then stop you. I didn't do it that time. Oh, it's not doing this time either. That's weird. I swear, like every now and then I will turn it a lot and it will stop my movement unless I bring the wheel back. Maybe they fixed that. I thought it just happened, but maybe I'm mistaken. All right, we're gonna go this way, turn right and taxi up to runway 18. Do some donuts. This thing does taxi super fast. I still haven't set up the beta range on this properly because I'm lazy and I don't want to, whoops, I don't want to make any plane settings just for one plane. Yeah, because I'm lazy. And, but yeah, I barely have to give it a little throttle to start moving, and then I actually have to be on the brakes a little bit to keep it at a reasonable speed. It's kind of crazy how fast it taxis. Just at idle. But yeah, you're supposed to use the beta range of the throttle. But I have not set mine up to do that. Elaine's, oh, do I see you behind me? Yep, I got you. What are you in the TBM? Is that the 930 or the 850? What are you in, Elaine? If I get a little further, I'll see it. Guessing it's the 930. I could be wrong. 930. Nice. Yeah, look at how fast this thing goes when I just let off the brakes or cruising. It's our ground speed right now. Oh, 20 knots. It feels faster. All right, before takeoff, we're going manual fuel pumps, manual ignition, landing light on, taxi light off, strobe light on. All right, that's all set. We're good to go. Heading mode is on. Flight level change is on. 15,000 for our selected altitude. Already synced our barometric pressure with B. Pressing the B key. We would announce our ground movement and all that, but we're just going to go for it. All right, runway 18. Our heading bug is set to 180. And once we take off, we're just continuing south. Our first desired track here, 183. All right, we ready? We got it. We got the both of the glass cockpit turboprops here, the 930 and the M500. All right, let's set takeoff thrust. Not where it's flashing red, a little less than that. All right, 40 knots, 50 knots already. 60, 70, 80, 85. All right, gears coming up.
Check gear. Check gear. Check.
All right, flaps coming up to the first notch. Got 5 degrees, pitch trim. All right, flaps all the way up, more pitch trim. You can hear those little clicks. You can actually watch it right here on the electric pitch trim, so I'm actually using a thumb for that now. But, you know, either way, even if I use the wheel, it'll do the same thing, but... All right, autopilot is on. Yaw damper comes on automatically. Go up and turn fuel pump and ignition back to auto. Let me double check that it's supposed to be auto. Then hit nav mode. So GPS. Let's see after takeoff here. Yeah, fuel pump and ignition both to auto, so that is correct. Auto and auto. Ice protection as required. Cruise climb 140 knots. So now that we're up a little bit, let's raise it up to 140 knots. So our ground speed's faster. All right, 140. Pitot heat's off. Let's turn that on up there. All right, we're good. All right, let's see how Elaine's looking. Uh-oh, where'd he go? Is he ahead of us? Oh, there he is over there. I was worried that multiplayer was having problems, but we're good. All right, if you guys want to listen to the engine sounds, I'll be quiet for a second. I'm actually just using this time to take screenshots, as you can tell. It kind of has the standard preset camera angles here. Oh, this one's unique. I think this one's unique to this plane. They might have, I forget that, we'll find out in a second, I guess. I think they might have some interior ones. Okay, yeah, there's one right to the side here. So I think it's the ones that they use for the automatic camera positions as well are included here. This one's a little weird. I mean, it's not there to showcase the plane, I guess. You know, just there to see some good views. All right, then we're back to the start. All right, almost at 10,000 feet already. Slowing down a fair bit. Who's slowing down? You're slowing down. Are you already at 15,000? Oops, wrong button. I'm still getting used to where I bound the buttons on my own stick here. I think Elaine's trying to actually look at the scenery. We're just going straight up to 15,000. Alright, just double checking. Flaps are up. Cabin pressure is not moving because we don't need it yet. Should see it coming up soon though. Or actually no, we should have seen it coming up already. It's at 323 right now. Okay, the PSI is still rising. That's probably why. Let's see. Cabin comfort is on normal. And bleed air is on. And when you have those things on, it's just automatically handling the cabin pressure for you, but I think we'll see it start. Yeah, there it goes right now. As soon as we hit 12,000, it started. Which is weird. I would expect it to start like before we even get to 10,000. Alright, can give it a little more torque now too. And our rudder trim looks good still. Oh, the TBM's a good deal faster. I haven't like put them side by side, but I would guess the same, yeah. Alright, let's take a look at where we're going here. So we're going to Galveston. I don't know if I've been to Galveston. Alright, so, whoa. Alright, we got tower, clearance, and ground frequencies. We got runways 18 and 36, and then 14 and 32. Let's go ahead and just tune into the ASOS. 123.95. 23.95. Put that in COM 2. 23.95. And then we'll get that turned on. COM 2. Alright, can't hear that just yet. And I guess we could tune into Houston Center. There, we'll get flight following.
Houston Center, Foxtrot Sierra Romeo 002 is type 5 miles west of tree for X-ray
Type
Sierra
5 miles.
14,300 feet.
I don't know if that's a
Request
beta
flight
bug, like, or it just doesn't support the Piper. It doesn't know what type of plane this is. 0227. Alright, got that in the box. We're leveling off at 15,000.
Squawk 00270.
We'll just keep an eye on our speed. Let's see, what's the elevation? 6 feet at Galveston. Alright, 3030. Let's update that. I just press B. 3030 right there. Let's check the METAR at Galveston, because we don't have the ASOS in. The ASOS will read us the same thing, right? So 3034, winds are 040 at 3. Clear, and 10 miles of visibility.
American 2209er. American 2209er.
Alright, 040, so... Yeah, that would put us on a north-facing runway then. So, either 36 or 32. Probably 36.
United 2238 climb and
Let's see what approaches there are.
20.
Or we could just do like a visual for 36. There's an ILS for 14.
7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 15 right approach via Dukas transition. Clear to Dukas.
And then we have an LP plus V for 18. That's cool. LNAVs for 32 and 36. Elaine says you're going for 36. Alright, let's do 36 as well.
Southwest 62 climb and
Through Leggy. Alright, 36 Leggy. Alright, let's do the same. We'll just follow you. Alright, there we go.
descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
I'm gonna put in the RNAV.
Runway 15 right approach via
Runway
Dukas
36. So 36 we have 6,000 foot runway, and it'll be a turn off to the right after we cross the threshold, or after we cross the intersecting runway of 32.
Southwest 62 contact.
Alright, so let's bring up the RNAV here.
4.8.
We're just picking our own approach, not listening to ATC. We can finally reply to them. Alright, approach. RNAV 36. There we go.
Goodbye.
Alright, here's 36. Leggy is to the southwest of the field. So we'll go from Leggy to Oyale. Oyale and then north onto our final approach course. Oh, this says it's an LP approach. I thought it was an LNAV approach. Alright, let's turn off the AWAS.
Report them in sight.
Yeah, it says it's a 36 LNAV plus V. But when we look over here, we get 36 is an LP plus V. I mean, neither one have vertical guidance, but an LP would be a more precise approach as far as lining up to the runway than the LNAV is. Especially as you get closer. Alright, well, either way, we're going to not have vertical guidance, but, you know, we'll use the Garmin vertical guidance, the little synthetic or advisory vertical guidance on our way in. Alright, so we'll have Oyale as 2,000 feet restriction, then Wutam, 1,800 feet at Wutam. And then straight in for runway 36. Go around is climbing right turn, 2,000 direct to Bolos. Alright, we'll just keep this pulled up. Oh, you have guidance in the G3000. It's probably it's a plus V, right? You'll get the Garmin's like advisory glide slope. And since we're in VMC, like it's no big deal. We'll be able to see everything. No clouds are reported. So yeah, it'll be just fine. But yeah, the advisory glide slope doesn't. If we were in IMC, then the advisory glide slope we get with the Garmin does not give us any kind of guarantees to like obstruction clearance from obstacles or terrain. If you care about that kind of stuff in the sim, you know. Alright, I might accelerate a little bit. We're 14 minutes from top of descent, so let's give it a 2x speed. Going double speed right now. As we fly by Elaine in double speed. See ya! Pretty maxed out on our power here. Give it the tiniest bit more power. We're getting 235 knots true. And 240 over the ground. Just have a strong crosswind right now. Cranking your speed. Yeah, I just did a double speed. Just to save us all some time and cruise. It's kind of nice to be able to do that when you're not on VATSIM. Just be like, do I really want to wait 14 minutes for my top of descent? I'm a little wary of using, sometimes of using anything over 2x, but I guess I have the stress.
002 contact Houston Center,
the stress damage turned off, so that's good.
Good day.
Speed up, you hold R like Romeo and then hit plus or minus. It doesn't show you what your speed, your acceleration speed is at though, so you just need to remember you're at 2x or whatever. Something coming in the beta that I noticed also, or in Sim Update 14, is they're adding 2 more speeds, slower speeds.
Did you hear my last transmission?
So I believe the speeds right now are quarter speed, half speed, 1x. Then from 1x up you have 2x, 4x, 8x, and 16x. And I believe they're adding 2 more slower speeds to kind of mirror that. So you're going to get like a 1/8 speed and 1/16 speed if you want to go like super, super, super slow. I'm just going to keep ATC off. Actually, we could check that out right now. So this is... Right now we are in 1x speed. I don't know that it's going to change anything about how we like the prop speed or anything, but here is half speed. Yeah, just what everyone was asking for, exactly, Chris. Here is 1/4 speed. And now this should be 1/8. Yep, 1/8 speed. And then finally 1/16. 1/16 of real time. What is that? 0.125x? Is that a 16th? No, that would be an 1/8. Whatever half of 0.125 is, 0.0. I can't do math. Anyway, let's go back to the normal. I believe I'm at 1x now. So if you ever used this trick before, the trick used to be to get back to 1x, you would hit like minus, minus, minus a bunch of times, and then you would hit plus twice to get back to normal speed. But the new thing will be hitting plus 4 times, since there are now 4 slower speeds instead of just 2. So that'll be something to remember if you use acceleration. I mean, you could also always hop inside and just look at your clock, see if it looks like it's counting in real time or not. But oh, it doesn't work for you? Yeah, I thought I never got the defaults to work. I think somebody in chat said that's how you use the defaults, but I had set my own custom ones a long time ago. I used like control plus and minus. Control minus, control plus. If you set your own in the options, the commands are just called increase sim rate and decrease sim rate are the 2 options. If you want to look them up and set something. All right, I'm gonna go back to double speed. 8 minutes until top of descent, so let's go ahead and set up for that. We're gonna use our VNav, and we're gonna end up at 1,800 feet. We're not listening to ATC, so we're just gonna go down to 1,800 on our own when the time is right. 20 minutes later. I'll roll this down, so we're selected at 1,800. I'll just hit VNav now. Oh, VNav? There we go. I don't know why it didn't take the first time. Probably a time acceleration thing. All right, there. 1,800 feet selected here, and then VPath is active or armed. So we're ready to start our descent when it's time. All right, we're in double speed. 7 minutes. Sounds like a taser. Yeah, I hope they can adjust it to add some acceleration to this button. Just so when you do those big changes, it's faster. Or at least let the shift trick doesn't work on this either. Normally, or on a lot of instruments, a lot of dials and stuff, if you hold shift while you rotate it, it'll do it in double speed, but yeah, very crunchy knob. Hey Raccoon, what's up? Yeah. All right, we're making our left turn at Rosen. Oh, whoops! I'm making the same mistake as last time. I don't know if this is a new thing or not. I thought that in the past it would automatically remove the en route waypoint like this. So I'm gonna get rid of it, and we're just gonna go and activate the approach. and then switch back into nav. All right, we're still in nav mode. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. Let's also make sure VPATH is still on. It is. Top of descent's in 1:50. All right, let's switch back to 1x speed before we get to top of descent. All right, back in real time now. Yeah, I don't know if this is a bug or if it was an actual improvement to make it more realistic, but
Southwest 69er climb.
it's really weird that when I added the approach, it moved our destination waypoint to the en route section. And whenever it does that, that means that in this case, after Rosen, it was going directly to the airport as a waypoint, its current active waypoint, instead of proceeding to the approach phase, the approach section here. That didn't used to be the case, so I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's something that was done intentionally because it's realistic. But it seems like, at least as of right now, you need to remember to remove that en route waypoint when you load an approach in. Otherwise, it's going to go over the airport and then go back away from the airport to whatever your initial approach fix or your first waypoint on the approach was. So that's a little weird. All right, but we're on our way to Leggy right now, and then we're going to turn north for that final approach course. We should be starting our descent any second now. 29 seconds from now. And then I'll take us all the way down to 1800 for our final approach fix. We are set. Let's look at our descent checklist, just to be super serious. Windshield defrost not required, heat switch not required, ice protection, we got pitot heat on. Desired torque, altimeter and standby altimeter check. Let's go ahead and grab the METAR. You just scroll, there we go. Scroll down to destination, that'll give us our METAR. 3034. We started our descent.
Check airspeed.
Okay, I'll fix that. I said we're about to start our descent, and then I didn't think to myself, oh, wait a second. That means that we're going to have to pull back on our power. Brilliant. All right. So we got a crazy 26 knot tailwind. So we'll just keep it in the green. All right, there we go. All right, let's continue with let's put 3034 in the altimeter. We'll do that here. And is there a standby altimeter in this? I don't think there's even a standby instrument. Yeah, there's nothing in this. Normally you see like a little 3-pack down here or something, but unless I am blind, which could explain a lot of my flying. Haha. I don't see any standby instruments in this thing. Yeah, I don't see anything. All right, let's turn that off and close that. All right, and cabin climate control as required. We're just leaving all that alone. We don't even have passengers, so we're okay with freezing. Actually, what is the cabin temperature right now? 21. It's a little chilly for my taste, but it's not too bad. Most people would say that that's a good temperature, I think. All right, here's our approach plate for when we get in there. We're gonna go to Leggy first. We got a nice 90-degree turn for our final approach course of 359er. Final approach fix is Wu-Tam at 1800. We got all that set. All right, and then before landing, yeah, we'll want to put ignition and fuel pump switches to manual. Landing light, and then gear and flaps 1 is at 168. I thought it was 148 on the last flight, so I'm wrong. It's 168. 19 Celsius kind of guy. Dude, that sounds cold as heck. 19 Celsius to Fahrenheit. 66 degrees? Are you crazy? You're not talking about turning on air conditioning to get to that temperature though, right? You're talking about heating up to 19 degrees, right, Josh? 19 degrees, 66 degrees. See, it just depends on where you live in real life, right? Like living in California for so long. Oops, I never pulled out my rudder trim. We've been We've had that slip skid indicator to the left like the entire flight. Another brilliant move on my part. You know, since I've been in California forever, like our apartment temperature is, we keep it at like 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's 25 Celsius. That's my normal temperature indoors, is 77. That's comfortable to me. Like 74 is too cold for me inside. You just get used to what you get used to, you know? You can't help it. Oh, 78 in the summer. Okay, yeah, there you go. So you're pretty much like me then, if that's your summer temperature. Yeah. Wu-Tam Clan. I was thinking the same thing based. Raccoon. 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I guess it just matters if we're talking about warming it to that temperature or cooling it to that temperature, right? And how different that is from your outdoor temperature. Because like here in Los Angeles, if it's 70, you know, if it's 80 degrees outside and I'm trying to cool my apartment to 68, it would be insane. I'd be destroying the environment single-handedly. Like, what is the rule? Like 10 degree change with air conditioners, like impossible. It's like it'll never turn off. You'll like spend $100 on your air conditioning bill that day alone. But yeah. If it's 40 degrees where you are, 50 degrees where you are, and you're trying to heat it up to 68, or you know, heat it up 10 degrees, that makes sense. All right, our bottom of descent. Okay, our bottom of descent is right there before that 90 degree turn. So we're at 8,800 feet. We got the altimeter set already. Kind of maxed out on our power here, or our airspeed. Oh, you don't have air conditioning? Yeah, that's cool. I've lived places where I haven't had air conditioning as well, where just the weather is generally good enough where you don't really need it in the summer. Yeah, here in LA though, no air conditioning when it's getting in the 90s is not a good thing. We have air conditioning, but I don't know. I would assume that most people in LA have air conditioning, or some sort. Even if it's one that's just, you know, like in the window or something. But the heat can get a little crazy sometimes. Especially if you live in like the valley in LA, like it gets over 100 there when the heat really comes in. All right, there's our boy. There's our TBM. Yeah, just to say it again, on Saturday we'll do our normal group flight. And if you guys want to join in this Saturday, since I'm on the beta, that means you'll have to be on the beta as well. But I think we'll just end up with like 2 groups. You know, we'll have people that happen to be on the beta, like me and Elaine here and Josh. And then if you guys aren't on the beta, it's not a huge deal. We'll just pretend like we see each other for one stream. And then come Thursday next week, we'll all be on the same version again. But yeah, I was just having so many crashes. And it from what I can tell, it was 100% because of Bing data. I have Bing enabled here. I have no crashes on the world map. You know, this flight has been smooth. My test flights over the last couple days have all been smooth. Something major for me was happening with the world map and Bing data, and even in the flights themselves. I think it happened around the time I upgraded my motherboard. Like I made an update to a new processor, new RAM, and a new motherboard a couple weeks ago. And when I did that, I feel like that's when the problem started. So yeah, I tried everything this last week. Like since I streamed last Tuesday, I was trying pretty much everything to try to fix the problem, and I had no luck. I uninstalled everything. I rolled back my video drivers. I turned off my RAM settings on my motherboard, like the Expo mode or whatever for my RAM. I turned off hardware acceleration, turned off DLSS, I turned off frame generation, I went back to DX12. I did absolutely everything. And the only thing that fixed it for me ever was turning off Bing. in the data options. But now on the beta with everything installed again, it's been fine. So I think something was majorly wrong with, I don't know, my hardware setup or something. And Bing, or, yeah, I don't know. But then again, I think Delta Tango is having the same issues with Bing, so I think he has not had it on. I don't think he's made major hardware updates, so yeah, I don't know what the deal is. But seems good in the beta. Alright, we made our turn. We should be visible over here on the approach chart now. There we go. After leggy. And then we'll make another 90-degree left-hand turn here at Oyale. Oi! Does that say Oi? Ale? Oi! Ale! And then Wu-Tam Clan. Final approach fix, so we'll get our vertical guidance there. It's just going to be advisory vertical guidance because it's a lateral only approach. So we got the LP approach, localizer precision. So it's like doing a localizer only approach instead of an ILS. So we do not have true vertical guidance on this one. But the G1000 gives us advisory vertical guidance, so we can use that. It'll be as if we have a glide path, but in reality we don't. It just calculates one for us. Alright, I'll want to turn the fuel pumps. I'll wait until we turn final for that. Always on the beta, it's been nice to meet. Yeah, I'm tempted to try the next one as well. Have you been on the beta since the very first version, Elaine? Sometimes it seems like a little, you know, it's gonna seem a little risky to try the very first version of a beta, but I don't know, I might do that next time. It seems kind of fun to be on the cutting edge, you know, the bleeding edge of the code. Maybe I will keep the beta turned on. One cool thing about that, just, you know, for streams and stuff, is really just to try any of the new features that are coming right away, you know? So if there's anything cool coming in the next beta after this one, I can try it out right away. That would be cool. But the downside to that, of course, is our Saturday streams. I don't really want to require everybody to get the beta. That's kind of a pain, so it sounds like a good idea, but I think in practice it would be annoying, so maybe I will avoid that. Alright, we're making our turn here. Let's go ahead and turn approach mode on. Right up here, just so we get that advisory vertical guidance right here. So we should see this read LP plus V, or it might say LNAV plus V. Alright, we're almost at 1800. Okay, so it does say LNAV plus V. So maybe we just have a discrepancy. Like, I mean, the data here and the data here is both Navigraph provided, so it's giving us LNAV plus V instead of LP plus V. So our minimums, or our MDA here in this case, would be a little bit higher. It's only 20 feet higher for the MDA, or for the LNAV over the LP approach. But in, you know, technically the LNAV is less precise for lateral for lining us up with the runway laterally. All right, we are how many miles from Wu-Tam? 4.3 miles from Wu-Tam, so I'm gonna go ahead and do nothing. I'm gonna wait a little longer. We're still 4 miles away. I'll wait until I'm like 2 miles out. I'll get the gear down and get the flaps down 1 notch, and then I'll do the other 2 notches of flaps when we're past the FAF. All right, let's clear these nameplates. Josh is in front of us, or sorry, Elaine's in front of us, landing first. Oh, you're getting the glide path from 2000, nice. I think you're getting the same as us. They're both working title coded, so. Yeah, we're getting that advisory glide path. So that's what the plus V means. It's the Garmin calculated glide path, a fake glide path. So if we were in IMC, we had crazy low clouds or anything like that, that does not guarantee us any obstacle clearance or terrain avoidance. All right, VPath. It says it's capturing us. We're not at 1800 yet though. Still going down 300 feet per minute, but it's about to switch over to the fake glide path. So we'll get a GP in green here in a second. As that little diamond comes down. Oh, we're really close here to the FAF already. All right, let's get the gear down. Here's the automatic camera. We'll get flaps 1 as well. Oh, Delta, Jewel, and Raccoon are invisible to us since we're on the beta. It sounds like you guys are all flying. Sweet. All right, down to 120 knots. What's our second notch of flaps? 135 and then 118. All right, 2 nautical miles from the next waypoint, which is not our last waypoint. We have Cully first. Cully is 2.7 nautical miles away from the runway. So we're not really in a rush. Not in a rush to get everything down. You can obviously see the field right there. All right, let's see what our winds say. 3 knots from the front and 6 from the right. And that'll get lower as we get lower. Probably. About 1,000 feet above the ground. And I didn't set the minimums, but, oops. Minimums here for the LNAV are 460 with the local altimeter setting. And I guess technically I don't know if I'm using local or we are using the one from, what does it say, hobby? Hobby altimeter setting. So I assume, I don't know, is that what I don't know, the ASOS might be reporting from wherever hobby is. So I'm not sure the difference. I'm not sure how to tell which one we're using. Like in the sim, I assume it's giving us local every time we hit B on the keyboard. All right, I'm getting flaps 2 down. And I think we're at minimums right now. Oh no, 460, sorry. We can get pretty low on this actually. We're at 660 right now. And I forgot to do this. Manual and manual. All right, full flaps going down now. There's our minimums. So autopilot off, yaw damper off. I got 4 reds already. It's like dropped like a rock right there. Like that advisory glide path, since I am a little bit below it, but since it's calculated just by the Garmin using, you know, it's not an official vertical guidance, sometimes it can put you way lower than you want to be. Well, we had like no wind, it feels like. Too easy for the landing. And looks like our turnoff is to the right. I think that we have to cross the other runway, right? I think that's what I said earlier. Pretty sure the other runway is running, yep, right here. No. Oh, we did 3-6, right? We did the coming up on the other runway now. I should have looked at the airport diagram again. Now we're at the other end of this runway. Whoops. This is fine. Good thing there's no one here. These 2 landings were too easy. I feel like there was just like Oh, and there's an X here, so that's closed. We're just breaking all the rules here. Let me take a look at the diagram. I mean, obviously we're parking over here, but I thought we were landing. I looked at the other runway. Let's bring that back up. Yeah, so we landed on 3.6. Oh, we just crossed the threshold really fast, or we crossed that other runway real fast, so we should have just exited at Delta, or like, I guess if you had to go all the way here. Oh no, looks like this one is open. Okay, we're good. So Echo is open. It's the one that goes to the east here that's not open anymore, so I think technically we're fine. But I don't think we would actually exit over here at the threshold. Seems a little weird. Alright, let's get our flaps up. Landing lights off, strobe off. Let's get this back to auto, off, and let's get that taxi light back on, very important. Alright, and flaps are up. You followed the Pappies nicely till minimums, took autopilot off. Yeah, I was like 4 reds right away. I like went down way too fast. I wasn't even honestly like looking at them when I was coming in. I was like, all right, flaps are down. Get these switches up here, and I'm on the glide path. All right, turned it off. I think the glide path. I'll have to watch the replay. I'm guessing the glide path, being in like a artificial one, took me below. Took me below the like glide path that the Pappies represent. It was probably just a little low right off the bat. It's probably user error. It usually is. All right, checklist. Let's see how these checklists work. The automatic ones. Pitot switch off. I have to do that because I have one here. Oh, no, I did already turn it off. Let's try again. There we go. Fuel pump switch off. Got to do that manually up here. And it left the battery on. Oh, it's waiting for the feather cast message. I wonder if it actually shows that. If I can't see some of the alerts because of the inset map. There we go. Beautiful. Let's see if it set everything correctly. Yeah, this is off. Bleed air is off. I'm guessing it didn't change. Yeah, okay. Air conditioning is still on. Maybe I could just leave these on. I don't know. Set the pitch trim again. There we go. Flaps are up. Gear levers down. All that looks good. Awesome. Done. 2 flights. Easy. Well, it was a little weird using the new stick. I definitely like fumble around to hit the right buttons after being used to the Airbus side stick for like what? I think like over 2 years probably. I've been using the Airbus, maybe more. I think it like that stick is still great for how cheap it is. So, but it is nice to be have something upgraded. I can actually do stuff when I play Star Citizen, so that's nice. Maybe someday having this stick will lead me into DCS, the world of DCS. I don't know. I think I'm more interested in the space sim stuff for combat than I am like real planes. All right, guys, it's been fun. I'm gonna go have some dinner. 8:30 p.m. dinner, kind of a reasonable time. Better than my my 11 p.m. dinners of the past. So we got a good solid 3-hour streaming tonight. Josh, sir, if you're still here, again, thank you so much for the 5 memberships you gifted earlier. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the silly emotes and badges and stuff. Elaine, thanks for flying along on the beta, and Josh on the beta. And I know Delta and sounds like Raccoon and Jewel were all flying as well in the in our parallel universe of non-beta. So thanks. Even though I couldn't see you, thanks to you guys for flying along too. It was fun to catch up. Yeah, it was great. Thanks for flying along. It was cool. We got the 2 turbo props side by side, looking good. I'll see you guys on Thursday for the marketplace update. See if there's anything fun released on Thursday. And I'll see, I don't know. Maybe I'll either do some on-air and stuff in this, or maybe I'll dust it off and do some VATSIM finally. It's been like, I think 2 weeks maybe since I've done a VATSIM flight. So especially if there's an event on, I might partake in that. But thank you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out as always. And I'll talk to you guys on Discord. If you guys want to join it, it's linked in the description below. And if not, then maybe I'll see you on the next stream. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys on Thursday. See ya.